Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 8, Book 5, Kronus, the Clawed Menace. And we're nearly through with this, so that's great. Also, I want to point out today I got the books for Series 9, look forward to that. I will point out one of those books is a new cover and 5 of them are old covers. I'm a bit disappointed in that, but still, I've come to accept it, and it's okay, to be honest. It really doesn't matter. Getting the books, reading them, is just awesome enough. That being said, let's get on with this. Kronus. Well, I'm going to start things off with the story this time, and then I'll go into how much I like it. Alright then. Tom and Eleanor were crossing the icy plains to hopefully find the Tree of Being. At the end of the last quest, Tom and Eleanor saw the tree disappear and feared it was destroyed. However, the map revealed it to be alive and well, located near Nanook's cave. Tom used his bell token he got from Nanook to face the cold. Eventually, Tom hit his foot against hard objects. As they dug it up, it turned out to be dead moose, with reins around it, which made Tom and Eleanor fear people could be under there. Tom and Eleanor rescued the only survivor, a boy called Abel. They told him he was the only survivor, and he explained he was attacked by a giant bird. Tom and Eleanor assumed this to be one of Sanpeo's beasts. Then Tom decided to lift his wagon, and he told Storm and Blizzard to take Abel to the city and tell Taladon to be ready. Eleanor asked why they need Taladon, and Tom believed Sanpeo was a dangerous threat and they were going to need all the help they could get. Something I want to point out here is that we get some beast killage here. The beast kills his family here, which is in the prologue. So that's cool. It raises up the beast a bit. Tom and Eleanor had reached Nanook's cave, only to find she wasn't home. So they made camp. However, Tom and Eleanor noticed Sanpeo's shadow, assuming he was in the cave. They chased after him, only to reveal it was a trap. Sanpeo was using the powers of the white jewel from Tom's belt to allow his shadow to walk away by itself. Then, Sanpeo unleashed Kronus earlier than most of his previous beasts, and they now had to face the Clawed Menace. So I've got some better planning by Sanpeo's part here. Tom and Eleanor fought Kronus, who revealed to have laser beam eyes. After some fighting, Kronus accidentally hurt himself, making a retreat into the cave. Tom and Eleanor followed, Tom being suspicious why he would retreat so easily. Then, when Kronus saw them inside, he raced back out and blasted chunks of ice to seal them in Nanook's cave, which makes me wonder if that was a part of Sanpeo's plan all along, which it probably was. If it is, then Sanpeo's a clever villain. If it's not, then the beast is clever. But I'm going on my first theory right there, so I think it's probably Sanpeo's doing. Tom and Eleanor were trapped until Ellen reminded him of the dragon scale he won from Torno. Using it, the snow and ice melted, and they were able to free themselves from the cave. When they got out, they noticed Sanpeo's ship. They hid while Sanpeo and his crew were awaiting the Tree of Being. It was said to be spawning around here, according to the map. My theory is Sanpeo either uses his piece of the Tree of Being to locate it, or he uses the wizard Adaro, hence why he took him hostage, under his spell, to find it. But I'm going to go with my first theory that the piece of the Tree of Being is that good. But then it makes me question why you take Adaro in the first place. I guess to stop Tom. That's my theory. Anyway, back to the story. But eventually the pirates find Nanook's footprints, and Eleanor assumed Nanook would show up near here, as she will sense the Tree of Being near her home. She might investigate that. Tom, agreeing with Eleanor, smiled as they believed Sanpeo was in for quite a surprise. Tom and Eleanor followed Sanpeo secretly to see Nanook guarding the Tree of Being. now looking nearly fully restored. But Sanpeo did not get, he didn't get stopped by Nanook. He wasn't scared of her. Of course, he had his own beast, so I don't think he would be scared. He convinced his men to stay strong, and he summoned the remaining members of his crew. After Tom and Eleanor dodged some environment danger, they joined with Nanook. Sanpeo was pissed that they had escaped his cave trap, so he had another idea. He used his red jewel to get Nanook to obey him. And at this point, I'm starting to get attached to Sanpeo. He's starting to use his jewel power. It's very effective, which I do forget he has them from time to time. And again, it gives Tom a personal reason for him to hate this guy. He is shown to be getting smarter in the books, especially in this one right now. So I'm starting to actually like Sanpeo a bit more than I did. Tom and Eleanor helped Nanook to fight off Sanpeo's control, while avoiding the many black fire arrows, which were meant to weaken Nanook. Nanook even got back to she got back to herself and protected the Tree of Being. Tom got into another sword fight with Sanpeo, and then Sanpeo bragged he would kill Eleanor by summoning Kronus to finish her off. Kronus arrived and fought Nanook, eventually getting her. I guess Nanook came in to stop him from getting to Eleanor, so that's what she did. Eventually getting her in his gripping talons, taking her for a ride while Tom and Eleanor were trying to stop Sanpeo from chopping down the Tree of Being. Soon Nanook was free, and she plucked some of Kronus' feathers. Then, when the two large beasts impacted on the ice lake, of course it began to break. This, of course, made the tree sink, preventing Sanpeo from getting his hands on it. A while back, I didn't understand Sanpeo's plan. But if he's trying to chop down the pieces of the tree, then I guess that the tree is still alive, he should be able to use its magic. But if he chops the entire tree down, shouldn't all that magic stop? Let me clarify. Sanpeo has a piece of the tree. He's chopped it down a bit, and its magic is still working. But the only reason it's still working is because the whole tree is standing up, right? In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. So if he chops it down, does the Tree of Being's magic go away, or does it, stay? I'm guessing it stays, but there's no indication that any character knows this, so we have to assume that, really, which is a shame. I would have liked a bit more exposition on the tree. Tom and Eleanor fought Sanpeo, while Nanook faced Kronus. Eventually in the fight, Kronus had received so many bashes he was confused, attacking his own reflection. Meanwhile, Sanpeo was still trying to get the tree, as he was sinking into the icy waters. Tom was tossed by Eleanor, and he slid across the ice at great speeds, using his shield to knock Sanpeo down, and the tree disappeared, preparing his retreat. Sanpeo left them with Kronus. So right there, we have Tom using his creative mind. He's becoming more creative as we go, to toss himself and use his shield as a ramming weapon to hit Sanpeo down. That is pretty clever right there. And, of course, it prevents Sanpeo from getting the tree. Kronus was diving in fast, and Tom told Eleanor to retreat. She trusted him, and Tom, now fully aware of Kronus' weak spot, planned to use it against him. Timing it just right, he jumped aside. When Kronus saw his reflection, he was mad, shooting his laser eyes at the ice, and going so fast in that dive he couldn't stop himself. Kronus drowned himself, thanks to Tom's clever thinking. Tom gained Kronus' eye as the next token, and Arrow contacted them, saying he was getting stronger and was fighting off Sanpeo's magic, bit by bit. He gave them some pirate clothes for them to disguise themselves and stow away on Sanpeo's ship. As it turns out, the Tree of Being has already spawned at the city, where Abel had sent the horses. Nanook stealthily outran the pirates and reached the pirate ship before they did. They boarded the pirate ship and said farewell to Nanook. Then Sanpeo's crew hopped on along with the pirate king. He shouted victory while Tom and Eleanor were preparing to end Sanpeo for the big battle in the next book. Overall, that is Kronus, the Clawed Menace. And overall, I'm going to give my thoughts on this book and say it's the best book in Series 8 so far. But just by a little bit. It's better than Torno, by a smidge, because there's a bit more of Sampaio. It's mainly Sampaio. Sampaio's doing more what I'm expecting from him to make him more interesting. His whole pirate angle vibe, that's good, but I wanted something more to make him interesting, and that personal element with Tom, same with Velmal, it's there, because he's got something that and it makes them, because you got Tom, who has this magic shield, against this guy who's stolen the name of him, and using it against him, so it makes it an effective combination there. So I'd say that's, if the last book, Bloodbore, does that well, with the powers of his jewels, I hope we're going to get that. But I can say that this one right now, that's the reason why Book 5 is my favourite out of Series 8. And that will be it for this one. We've just got one more review to do for Series 8, and we can finally wrap up the Pirate King saga. So until that next time, guys, good gaming, good booking, all the best. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and join me on the next one. Yes, join me on the next one, where we face Bloodbore.